Okay. Okay na po, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear po yung audio ko?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Okay, so let's start. So, I'm Miss Cristel Meneses or Ma'am CJ Meneses. So, I'm your new science teacher for today. Okay. So, let's talk about science. Tell me if you hear the audio of my PowerPoint po. Kasi I have my audio on my PowerPoint. Okay, so before we start with the lesson, I'll be giving you first my house rules in this Zoom meeting. So number 1, be on time. So even if we are at home and we are using the online platform, we should always be on time on the meeting or on the lessons. Next, you should use your real name as your account name on this Zoom meeting. Why? For me to prevent you from calling anything na yung name nyo dyan sa Zoom. So you should use your name, your real name on your Zoom account. Next, you should mute your audio unless your name is called. Okay? So it is to prevent any unnecessary noise, any disturbances while the discussion is ongoing. Next, you should wear appropriate attire. Don't wear sando, don't wear pajamas. So hindi ko naman nakikita yung pajama kaya okay lang din naman. But the top one should be proper. So I don't want to see any spaghetti sando, especially with the girls. Next, participate in the activities as much as possible. And prepare a separate notepad and ballpen for jotting down important notes. Even if we are online, we should prepare a separate paper, a separate ballpen, because I'm not a fan of putting words into my PowerPoint as much as I can kasi para hindi ma-bored and para gumagana rin po yung mind nyo while jotting down notes. Okay? Are we clear about that? Kindly unmute. Say yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So before we start with the lesson, let's start first with an icebreaker. Do you hear the audio? Do you hear the audio? Kindly unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Ma'am, I
So we
can't
have
hear. Sorry, I can't
Can-
hear the sound, ma'am.
Okay. So on the next part, on the next slide, no sound. Wait, I'll be checking if there is a sound. I'll be posting this one. You hear the sound? Okay, good. So let's start with an icebreaker. My icebreaker name, fill me up. We have the instructions on the side. Fill up the correct letter. Before the time runs out, we have 25 seconds to answer. Just unmute or raise your hand if you want to answer. And check on the cues at the side, okay? Okay, let's start.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
We have U, we have A, we have the Q on the side. The timer is at the side, the circle 1. Kindly raise your hand if you want to answer. Or kindly mute. No one is raising the hand, I will call one person. We have Mom May. Kindly answer. One, kindly unmute Mom May. Okay, what is the answer?
Lunar.
Lunar. Wrong. Okay, kindly mute. Next one, Miss Rebecca. Miss Rebecca, kindly unmute. Tell me the answer.
You mean we are going to use the UNA, ma'am?
Yes, that's a Q letter. Those are Q letters for the answer. What is the answer, Miss Rebecca?
Sun.
Yes,
I don't know, ma'am.
kindly mute po. Next, Sir Lai, what is the answer? Kindly unmute.
Luna.
Okay, very good. That's Luna. We have Luna.
Hey.
Okay, very good. Next, we
Luna
have...
sunrise.
Yes.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, kindly check on the letters. We have the Q. Okay. Raise your hand if you want to answer. Okay, Miss May. Okay, what is the answer, Miss May? Pluto. Very good. That's Pluto. Okay, very good.
Kaya.
Okay, we have the next one.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
We have P, we have R, we have N. Q is this picture. Kindly raise your hand if you want to answer. What does the picture tell?
Ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Sir Lai?
String. Sorry.
Nakablock yung aming hand. Hindi kaya kapag-read.
Okay,
Saturn.
Miss Lillian. Saturn. Okay, Sir Lai, that's correct. That's Saturn. So we have the Q as the ring side. Okay, next.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, can you raise your hand if you want to answer? Okay, Miss Rebecca, are you on mute?
Hindi ko makita, ma'am. May nakablock dito na please request the
Okay po. Miss
permission
Lillian?
of the meeting. Saan ba?
Miss Lillian, can you?
Mercury.
Miss Lillian? What is the answer? Mercury. Very good.
Mercury.
That is Mercury. Okay. So that's all for the icebreaker. So well, what do you think
Hindi
is
ko
our
makita
topic
eh.
for today? What do you think is our topic for today? Yes, Sir Lai?
About planet.
Okay, very good. That's all about
Planets.
the planets in the solar system. Okay. So right now we will be discussing through a planetarium discussion. So I want you to experience how we discuss in a planetarium, in a museum. Have you experienced that one before? Yes? Have you experienced? Okay, good. So I'll be using an app called Stellarium. Are you familiar with Stellarium or not?
No, ma'am.
No. So this one is what we use when we are discussing in the planetarium or when I was in college. We use this one to virtually view what the sky looks like, okay, today. So before we start with a planetarium-based lecture, let me show you first the different, okay, let's go. The different categories of a planet. You know these categories? Have your teacher in science discussed this before? By the way, this one is grade 7 science. You know this one? Anyone? Okay. So it seems like, yes, Sir Lai. So Sir Lai knows this one already. So let me show you the different categories of a planet. So we have two categories. The first one is the terrestrial planets of our solar system. So you can see on the screen, we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. So these are the planets that are made up of silicate rocks and metals. What do you think is the surface of the terrestrial planet? What do you think is the surface of the terrestrial planet? Kindly raise your hand. Okay. Miss Lillian?
Yes,
Made up of solid, man. Rock.
Made up of solid rocks, meaning the ground is,
The ground is solid.
okay, the ground is solid.
it's hot.
But
Sometimes hot, sometimes not. It depends on the planet. Okay? So that's correct, Miss Lillian. That's with solid surfaces. And of course, we have the atmosphere. So not only the Earth has its own atmosphere, but also the planets that are around the Earth, that are in line with the Earth, like Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Okay? So each terrestrial planet has a central core. So back in your grade school, you already know the different parts of a planet, of the Earth. We have the core, we have the mantle, and we have the, what's the other one?
Rust, ma'am.
Okay, very good, Rebecca. That is crust. So all of these planets has its own central core, and they are also called inner planets. This is because they are nearest to the sun. Let's start with Mercury, and then next one is Venus, next one is Earth, and then Mars. Okay. So another category is, what do you think? You know this category? Kindly raise your hand if you want to answer. Yes, Sir Lai?
Jovian planet.
Okay, Jovian planets. Jovian planets are Jupiter-like planets, so that's why it's Jovian, from the Jupiter word. Okay? So they have their own ring systems. Okay? So all of them, even if you cannot see the rings, has its own ring system, like Neptune. We have Jupiter. Next one is Saturn with many rings. Next one is Uranus, and next one is Neptune. So later on, I'll let you see the rings. Okay? So they are mostly made up of hydrogen and helium. What is hydrogen and helium? What is hydrogen and helium? Kindly raise your hand. Yes, Miss Rebecca?
They are made of gas, ma'am.
Okay, they are gases. So meaning the Jovian planets are made up of gas. Very good. So we have two subcategories under Jovian. We have the gas and we have the ice giant. So later on, you will know what is the difference between a gas giant and an ice giant. Okay?
yes, ma'am.
So let us move on to the planetarium-based lecture. Okay? I'll be sharing another screen. This one. Now, do you see the shared screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this one is stellarium. Okay? This one is the current time. It's 2:08. Okay? So this one is what you really see outside. By the way, this is located in Imus. So this one is what I see pala. Okay? So we will remove the grounds. Okay, do you see that the ground is removed? Was removed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We will remove the atmosphere. Okay. That is the night sky. Okay. So let's find the first planet. What is the first planet? What do you think is the first planet from the sun?
Mercury.
Mercury. So this one is Mercury. So we will be zooming in Mercury. We'll see. Okay. Do you see the line above?
Yes, ma'am. A little bit.
Why do
blurry.
you think the app shows that it is black with only a line at the top? What do you think is the reason why? Do you know the reason why?
Maybe because the sun.
The sun? Yes, it can be. It is
The sun
also
is on the other
because,
side
okay,
of
good.
the Earth.
So also Mercury has its own phases, just like the moon. That's why it
Mhm.
is shown like that. Okay, good. So Mercury is what? It's the first planet from the sun. What do you think is the size of Mercury? You have any answer? Can you raise your hand? It's the first planet from the sun, and it is the smallest planet in the solar system. Okay? It is named after the Roman messenger to the god, which is in Greek is what? What is the name of Mercury in Greek? The bag. You know the bag? The famous bag, the most expensive, not the most expensive, but an expensive bag. That's the Q. Mercury in Greek is called
Ma'am?
Hermes. Okay, that's Hermes or the Hermes bag.
Hermes
Okay,
bag. It's a
messenger.
bag.
Yes,
Ladies
he is the
bag.
messenger to the gods, and in Roman that is Mercury. Okay,
Ladies bag.
so as I said a while ago, Mercury has its own atmosphere. What do you think is the thickness of the atmosphere of Mercury? I mean, is it thin or is it thick?
10.
Again, it's kindly repeat, Miss Lillian.
Yes, I think it's a thin, ma'am, atmosphere because the Mercury is the nearest to the sun, so more on a hot element.
Or of a hot surface. It is thin. Yes, that's correct. But it is because of the certain elements that are on its atmosphere. So what do you think will happen if a planet has a thin atmosphere? What do you think will happen if a planet has a thin atmosphere? Okay, yes or Lai? Do you have any answer? Kindly unmute.
Nothing, ma'am.
Inat.
Again.
Kamak na kamot talaga.
Lang.
Why is it thin? It's what happened when Mercury has a thin atmosphere? Yes, Miss Lillian.
I think it's easily burst out and there's no support.
There's no support, meaning it has many what?
Gases.
Many gases?
Gases?
Nope. It has many craters. See, just like
Oh.
the moon.
The moon.
When the planet doesn't have any atmosphere or does have a thin atmosphere, it is prone to different impacts from the space rocks. We have the space like asteroids, meteoroids. So when it hits on the ground of a certain planet, it causes a crater. So it's like it's a thin protection from the different rocks in the outer space. Okay? Are we clear about that?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay,
No
good.
lang.
Okay. So do you think Mercury has its own moon? Do you think Mercury has its own moon?
Meron ba yun? None.
Yes, ma'am.
None.
Wala.
Okay, it doesn't have any moon. Okay, why? Because its gravitational pull to pull out a debris that is called the moon is not that strong, unlike any other planet that has its own moon. Okay, so that's it. How about what do you think? Um, what do you think? Is it? I mean, how many days do you think is 1 year in Mercury? How many Earth days is 1 year in Mercury? Any guess? Any number guess? How many days is 1 year in Mercury? Since it's very fast, in terms of revolving around the sun, how many days does it revolves around the sun in 1 year? You have any answer? Kindly raise your hand.
No idea, ma'am.
Okay, how about Sir Lai? Do you have any answer?
10 days.
10 days? No? How about Miss Rebecca?
Around 80 days.
Around 80 days. Okay, that's so close. That is
50 days.
88. Okay, that's correct. 88 days. So 1 year in Mercury is only 88 Earth days. That's about how many months in Earth days? 88 divided by
3
30.
months. More than
3
3
months.
months.
Almost 3 months.
Almost
More.
3 months. Okay. So that's all. 1 year in Mercury is only about almost 3 months. That's how fast it is to rotate, to revolve around the sun. But in contrast with that, 1 day in Mercury takes about 175.97 Earth days. Okay? So if we have on Earth 24 hours, in Mercury, it takes about 175.97 Earth days. Okay? That's how slow it rotates on itself. Okay, are we clear about Mercury? Can we
Yes,
move on to
ma'am.
the next planet?
Yes po.
Okay, good. What do you think is the next planet?
Venus.
What do you think is the next planet? Okay, that's Venus. So we have Venus. Again, this one is Venus. So I want you to see the real picture of Venus is moving. Wait, let me share you the picture of Venus. Okay, this one is Venus. Okay, this one is Venus. What do you think is the temperature in Venus? What do you think is the temperature in Venus? You have any answer?
Very hot. First time of this planet.
Who wants to answer? Okay. Miss Rebecca, do you have any answer? What is the temperature?
It's hot, ma'am.
It's hot. Okay. So, yes, it's hot, but what is the real temperature? You can search the temperature of Venus by using your search bar on your phone.
465 degrees Celsius, ma'am.
Okay, that's how hot it is. Making it what? Making it, what is the category of Venus? Making it the hottest planet in the solar system. Okay? So I want to clear your mind about the hottest planet in the solar system. It's not Mars, by the way. It's Venus. Okay? It is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty, which is Aphrodite. in Greek. It is also the twin planet of the Earth. So it's just small, a bit smaller than Earth. So that's why it's a twin planet. And it also spins backwards. How does it spin? Do you have any idea how does Venus spin? Did you see the picture a while ago, the one I shared? This one.
Clockwise.
This
Clockwise
one.
rotation, ma'am.
Clockwise rotation. Yes. Okay. It's moving sideways, backwards than any other planet. So our planet moves like this. Venus moves like this one. Okay. It's in retrograde. This one is,
Counterclockwise po yung Earth. Di ba,
yes.
ma'am?
Yes.
So,
Clockwise
clockwise siya.
Venus. Yes. I mean the Earth, our planet, is moving counterclockwise. Like the other planets. But this Venus is moving clockwise. It's moving on the different direction.
Yeah.
Okay? Are we clear about that? Do you have any confusion?
Yes,
Okay. So next one, what do you think is the next planet? So let me remove the side to the Venus. What do you think is the next planet?
Earth, ma'am.
Okay, our own planet, which is the Earth.
Earth.
By the way, in this application, you cannot see the Earth. It is because we are standing on the Earth viewing the sky. Okay? So I'll be showing you, of course, the picture of the
Excuse me.
Earth.
You mean to
Yes?
say we are, ano yan, actual?
Yes, this one is the actual view of the sky when we remove the atmosphere and we remove the grounds.
This is stellar kasi kaya ang actual.
This one is Stellarium. You can download this on your phones through an APK app. So you can view the sky, even if it is it is daytime. Okay. So I'll be sharing the PowerPoint of the Earth. Okay, this one is Earth. So of course, Earth is the only living planet in the solar system. So it has one natural satellite. What do you think is the name of the only natural satellite of the Earth? You have any idea? Yes, Miss Rebecca, you unmuted your
Earth moon, ma'am.
Okay, that's the moon, or the one that is in the game a while ago, that is Luna. Okay, the name of our moon is Luna. Okay. So next one, we have 78% nitrogen on the atmosphere, 21% oxygen, and 1% other ingredients. So you may be thinking that our atmosphere is somewhat poisonous because of the nitrogen. But when nitrogen is mixed with another element, which is called oxygen, it is already safe to inhale. Okay? So even if the gas that we breathe, that we used to breathe in is oxygen, nitrogen is more, it is more abundant on the Earth's atmosphere. Okay? Next, we have, of course, 365.25 Earth days. That's equivalent to 365.25 is about, can you unmute if you want to answer or raise your hand?
12 months.
12 months or 1 year. So a while ago, Mercury has 88 days. That's equivalent to 1 year. Earth is 12 months or equivalent to 365.25 days. That's 1 year. It is named after a Germanic word. Unlike any other planet that is named after a god, Earth is named after a Germanic word meaning all grounds. Okay. Next, it's the 5th largest planet in the solar system. Do you have any question about Earth? Do you have any question?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay. So let's proceed with the next planet. I'll be posting again the screen and then changing it again to Stellarium. Okay, again, we are back in the Stellarium. After Earth, we have, what is the next planet? What do you see? What planet do you see on the Stellarium? What is this planet?
The Mars, ma'am.
Okay, good. That is Mars. Okay, this one is Mars. Mars is called, what is the coined name of Mars?
The
Red planet, ma'am.
Okay, it's the red planet. Red planet because, let me clear again, it's not hot there. It is red planet because of the iron oxide or the iron on its surface making the soil rust. So kinakalawang yung lupa. Kaya siya color red. So if you ever step on Mars, you will experience the reddish soil. Okay? It is named after the Roman god of war. Who is the Roman god of war in Greek? What is the name of Mars in Greek? Do you have any answer? Kindly raise your hand or kindly unmute if you want to answer. Who is that Roman god? Okay. So it seems like no one is answering. That is Ares. Okay, the name of Mars in Greek is Ares. Next, what do we have? So we have two moons in Mars. We have Phobos. This one is Phobos. And the other one is Deimos. This one is Deimos.
Daimo.
Okay. Deimos and Phobos. So it has two natural satellites. Next, how many Earth days is 1 year? Any guess on the number of days? Is 1 year on Mars? You have any answer, Sir Lai? You have any answer? Do you have any answer?
If the Earth is 365,
65. Mars is?
Mars is 400.
687, ma'am.
Okay, 687 Earth days.
Exact.
Okay. So that's how long 1 year is. So if ever we are relocating in Mars, diba, NASA has a plan of us moving to Mars very soon. So
Talaga
we
ba?
will experience, yes. It is a plan made many years ago because our planet will be engulfed by the sun. The first three planets will be engulfed by the sun when the sun reaches its red giant state. Okay, so Earth will be gone, and then we will be moving to another planet. The nearest planet that they can use, that they think it can be used as a human base, is Mars. Okay. So right now they have a certain rover